Okay, I remembered to turn the mic on. What camera am I looking at? There we go. Let me get this thing off the screen. Would you guys let me know that you can hear me? Okay, thank you, Joseph. I think we're good. All right, I think we're cool. Hey, how y'all doing? Kind of a crazy couple of days, I think. And the reason we're doing this right now is because you are needed in the world. This is an uncharacteristically serious webcast for me. Usually I like to joke around and kind of have fun, but we're going to have to be serious for a minute. Yesterday, the capital of the United States had a riot. And I think what that signified, regardless of one's political affiliation, is that society is in desperate need of leadership. I think when there is no leadership, things fall to pieces. And I think it's very, very safe to say that things have, in fact, fallen to pieces. On one hand, that's bad. It's very, very tragic. It's horrible to see people divided over anything. We should all strive for unity in our lives. It makes life a lot better. So that's a real bummer. Along with that, we also have tremendous opportunity. And the reason we have tremendous opportunity right now is because the nature of people, myself included, is to want to be led. What I mean by that is our society, people in general, your market, my market, myself included, we want strong leaders. We want people to help us get what we want. We want people to exude confidence. We want people that can give us confidence that everything is going to be okay. That is not present right now, and that's bad. However, the fact that there is a gaping void of leadership in society in general, excluding the church, obviously, but aside from that, the fact that there is a gaping void of leadership means that there is an incredible opportunity for those who step up and make the decision to lead. So I am urging you to do that. On the 15th of this month, I keep wanting to say December for whatever reason, but it's January. Anyway, next Friday, I've decided to hold a free 5-day challenge to help you build your personal brand, create your message, and be the leader in your marketplace that the world needs. And I hope you join me on that. That's at letsbuildyourbrand.com. Hopefully that page will work. Totally had a bottle of water here. There it is. Okay. Hopefully that page will work. If it doesn't, it will eventually. We just put it up. So hopefully you should be able to register. Again, that is completely free. Let's launchyourbrand.com is the web page there. So this is an important topic. And what I want to do, aside from invite you to that, is help you right now tap into your ability to lead if you choose to step up and answer that call. I promise you people need it and want it. So with any luck, all right, I've never tried to do slides like using the setup here. With any luck, we're going to share this here. Okay, so wait, let's try this one. Look, there's my head at the bottom. All right, so I want to share with you a 3-step leadership framework in terms of your messaging. And my intent here is to give you a tool that you can use to fill that void right now in your marketplace. Every marketplace has this. There's just nobody leading. All we're doing is complaining. And I don't want to be opportunistic, but there's opportunity there. If you're a good person and you lead, I think you'll prevail. So hopefully, and of course, now both of my monitors are taken up with this slide stuff. So hopefully this is showing up properly. I'm going to take about 5 seconds for that delay to hit. If you would let me know that you can see this first slide, here's the second one. If you would let me know in the comments that you could see it, that would be very, very great. It is letslaunchyourbrand.com. If you could let me know that that slide thing worked, and then I'll begin with this presentation thingy. That would be super helpful for me if you would here. There's a dang delay. So I'm seeing comments that are coming in like 5 minutes ago. They're just now coming in. Okay, I got a thumbs up. Okay, so I think it's going to work. To hell with it. I'm going for it. Cool, my man Craig can see it. Okay, good. All right, so let's get cracking. Are we back on that one? Yes, we are. Okay, so here's the deal. Just to show you it's live. I mean, it really is January 7th, 2021. There's such little trust in the world right now that when someone is live, there's always the person saying, I bet this is pre-recorded. So here you go. Well, look at there, naturally. All right, so it's 5:14 my time. Eventually, the camera will focus. Whatever. You probably believe me. Let's get cracking. So here's why this is important. I'm going to be a little redundant, so I'll go fast. I don't think I need to convince you that our society is largely divided right now. I think it's not even divided, it's pulverized. There is no us and them. There's just simply the individual and everybody else. We're all so very, very isolated, and that's doing a tremendous amount of harm. I think as a general rule, to a degree, I don't want to make a blanket statement about every human being, but to a degree, our fellow humans are experiencing fear and unhappiness more than usual. And I think that's fair to say. I think the statement people are generally afraid and unhappy is a little heavy-handed, so I don't mean it that way. But I think is a more heightened sense of fear and despair and general discontent and frustration and unhappiness than there has been and at least in my lifetime that I've ever seen. Most of the news that we're exposed to is increasingly bad. Most of the messaging that we see is increasingly bad and divisive. And I don't say that as a complaint or as a means to find fault with anyone. I'm stating a fact, and I think we can all agree that this is true. The deal is, we have not changed as people. We still have wants. Your prospects still want what they want. They still want a better today. They still want a better future, whether that's better health, better finances, better makeup, a happier dog. It doesn't matter. The basic human needs are still there. Society still wants what they want. So if you are a voice of hope and of faith and you help people, when very few people are, you will prevail. So I guess the point I'm trying to tell you is that there's just, again, I've said it so many times, there's a huge void of any positivity right now. So you can be woefully imperfect, but positive and helpful, and almost immediately be in a position of leadership, especially if you follow what I'm going to share with you. And here's my disclaimer. These results, in my opinion, are typical. I think this is a universally true law. Key words there are, I think. I don't know if I can prove this. Number one, I think good things happen to people who do good things. All right, so if you and me and all of us make it a point to go forth and do good things to the best of our ability, I think that it's foolproof that good things will happen to us. I just think that's how it is. Can't substantiate it, but I believe that to be a typical result. I think that the good guys always end up winning every time. Might not in the short term, but in the long term, every single time. And because of those, I think that if we make a conscious decision to step up and lead in our respective marketplaces, then we will prevail. And I think we will prevail sooner rather than later because of the vacuum that society is experiencing right now. So enough of all of the preachy stuff. Here's some tactical things that you can actually do. Number one, double down on your exposure and your outreach and communication. When times are uncertain, I just said it, I hate that phrase. I'm literally about to tell you not to use that phrase, and I just used it. This is one of those do as I say, not as I do moments. When shit is weird, all right, and people are still stuck at home, and they're still doing this all day. Oh, I wonder what else is happening. I wonder what else is happening. Okay, when that's going on, they've run out of stuff to look at. So you need to get in front of them more than ever. I don't know about you. I think I've watched all of Netflix at this point. So if you double down on your outreach, your exposure, your communication, all you're doing is providing a fresh voice. Literally all you're doing is creating an oasis in a desert for people. So number one, double down, just more of what you're doing, more of your messaging. Number two, do not use the same generic term that I literally just used, which was uncertain times. Everybody else is doing it. We're blind to that now. All right. So here's what to do instead. You want to be in front of your audience as much as humanly possible. The deal is consumption to a degree, and this is a generalization, but consumption equals cash flow. If you put good content out there that helps them, now more than ever, you're probably going to sell a lot of stuff and you're going to help a lot of people. And that's both of those things are very, very good. So lead, help, serve. Here's how to do it. Unfortunately for some, this is not fakeable. All right. Like you really have to make a conscious decision. Okay, right now I am going to put aside all of my insecurity. I'm going to put aside my fear of imperfection, which you have imperfection, so do I. So, might as well quit being afraid of it and accept it. I'm going to put aside my fear of not saying the right thing or of not getting it exactly right. I'm going to put aside my fear of judgment. And I'm just going to do the best I can to serve. And if you come from that place, then I think you're going to do really, really well. And I think you're going to not even have to claim a position of leadership within your market. I think you will by default rise to a position of leadership in your marketplace because very few people are doing it. So it's like, even if you're a bad restaurant, if you're the only restaurant in town, you're going to have a lot of customers. Weird metaphor, I know, but I've been working all day and I, weirdly enough, haven't eaten. But I'm going to. All right, so here's the 3-part leadership framework. Okay, I think if you even follow this loosely, I think that it will be very beneficial to you. I hope it is, anyway. Okay, so let's see here. Number one, I wonder if I'm still in my head's at the bottom of the screen. I can't tell. I can't see the monitors, just this thing. Number one, like I said, you want to put this into your community, into your marketplace as much as you can. It's this prime intent-based branding stuff right here. Like there's never been a better time to practice that. If you're familiar with that methodology, use it. The time is now. It's working very well. What we want to do is we don't want to glaze over the conversation that's in our prospect's mind. Your marketplace is nervous right now, right? And they might not be nervous about, oh man, people stormed the Capitol. Like personally, I don't watch the news. I was like, okay, that's really embarrassing for us as a culture. And more importantly, my mind immediately went to, we have a fundamental lack of leadership in this nation. How can I serve, right? So whatever the actual, real, honest to God concern that your marketplace has right now, address it. Even if addressing it would sow seeds of doubt in terms of their desire to want to do business with you, it doesn't matter. Address it anyway. So let's say that you sell advertising and people are afraid that business is going to be bad. The natural inclination would be to like, hey, business is going to be fine. You should still buy ads. Don't do that. If that's their genuine worry, everything else you say is going to be ignored until you address it. Don't exacerbate it. I'm not suggesting fear-mongering. I'm suggesting the opposite. So number one, acknowledge what's going on for a place of genuine empathy to the best of your ability. Acknowledge what folks are worried about. And then give helpful information on how to deal with the problem. Even if that helpful information isn't giving you money, it doesn't matter. Be the voice of leadership to people, and they will buy from you when the time is right. However, chances are that time will be really soon, if not immediately upon your making an offer, which is the third part of this framework, which is to tell them what to do next. If it's to go buy something that is going to help them deal with the thing they're worried about, then it's perfectly acceptable to do that. There's nothing wrong with making an offer, or it could simply be, hey, I put together a resource that you can have here. For example, What we're doing right now is a prime example of this. I'm addressing your concerns as my concern too. There's a fundamental lack of leadership in society. People have, we as a society have really exhibited our ability to show our asses, for lack of a better word. Well, there is no lack of a better word. There's an abundance of better words there, but for lack of my own ability to articulate it at the moment. And then I'm making you this offer, which is, hey, if you want to take a deeper dive on building your personal brand and getting your messaging right, go to letslaunchyourbrand.com. I'm hoping that I'm remembering that domain properly. It's 50-50 chance. The message right now is more important to me. But go there and join me in the challenge. It's free. Simple, right? So let's go over some examples of how to do this for various types of business. And this is relatively off the cuff, okay? So let's say you're an ad agency for local businesses. And, the local businesses are still, at least here in California, like I don't think you're supposed to go outside unless you've wrapped your full body in saran wrap now. That's not true, by the way. Please don't do that. You would suffocate. All right. But anyway, the worry and concern is like, what am I going to do? There's a stay-at-home order. How am I going to stay in business? The last thing we want to do is glaze over that. So if that is your marketplace that you're serving, hey, guys, if you're anything like me, we got this thing that's kind of looming over our head, which is a stay-at-home order. I'll give you some scripting in a minute. Let me give you the bullet points. Next thing you want to do is you want to give useful information. All right. Many customers are looking for in-home options. That's useful information. Everyone is on social media. Ad costs are cheap. Here are some ideas on how you can meet the need for in-home options, and here's how you can convey the fact that you have those options using social media, right? And so this is like what I would say, again, somewhat poorly articulated due to the hour and the fact that I got up at 0:00 this morning for prayer rule. It's Orthodox Christmas today, by the way, so Merry Christmas to anyone that's Orthodox out there. So that's some scripting for you. And then what to do next. So in the event that you had this agency, you would say, okay, if you're concerned about the stay-at-home orders and businesses suffering, but you have something that could conceivably serve your market with an in-home option or a curbside pickup option, and you want some help in getting that message to them, go ahead and schedule a call with us, and we'd be glad to help you devise a plan and maybe help you do it if you think that's appropriate. Perfect, easy, right? You're addressing what's going on, you're helping them, you're making an offer to continue to help them. All the other stuff they're seeing is everything's horrible, we're doomed, right? And so you could say what I just said really badly and still have a very good reception because you're addressing what's on their mind and you're helping them get what they want. Let's assume like for a life coach or something, okay? And again, these are relatively off the cuff, so forgive my bad copywriting at the moment, but it's the framework that matters most here, so I'm trying to help you with. So step one, again, address the worry and concern, right? People have it. We don't want to fear monger. That's definitely not what I'm telling you to do. I'm telling you to enter the conversation in your prospect's mind, okay? Hey, look, and so I'll just pretend I'm the life coach, which is comical, all right? But let's pretend that it's, Frank's House of Life Coaching here. If you're like so many people, you've been at home forever. It seems like it might never end. On top of all of that, we're constantly bombarded with things that make us very uncomfortable, stressful situations. We've been with our families potentially more than we've ever been, and we might start getting on one another's nerves because of being in such close quarters for so long. So what I want to do right now, and so I'm pretending I'm the life coach now, right? I'm segueing into the useful information. I just addressed the worries and concerns, shown some genuine empathy. Now let me give some useful information. So what I like to share with you right now are 3 things that you can do in the moments when you're stressed, in the moments when you're feeling overwhelmed, in the moments that you're thinking, I have got to get out of here before I explode, to diffuse that situation, find your center, and find your focus, and get on with the rest of your day and resume a positive state of mind. Here are the 3 things. You would give the 3 things, and then now there's a call to action, right? And again, so if you found that helpful, here's what you might want to do. I've got a webinar on how to adapt and thrive. I just said it, uncertain times. Don't say uncertain times. Everyone says it so much. I'm so preoccupied with trying not to say uncertain times that I'm saying uncertain time. But you get it, right? And so that's a call to action. It's a very simple, okay? But you're leading them. You're helping people when you do this. You're coming to them in a time when they are suffering, and you're relieving them of that suffering. And then you're offering to continue helping relieve them of that suffering. You're doing the right thing when you do this. You will be rewarded. This is the right thing to do. Okay? We need you. All right. Let's say you're a business coach serving internet businesses. All right? There are a lot of folks that are watching or listening to this probably can relate to this. Okay. Everything, if you're anything, so I'm going to pretend to do the scripting again, off the cuff, and I haven't eaten. So I have a blood sugar level of 0. And very little sleep. So please, again, forgive my brain not functioning in the relatively poor capacity it normally functions anyway. All right, so let's get into it here. Hey, I hope everyone is well. Good Lord, things have gotten, just when we thought it wouldn't get any stranger, it has. And if you're like a lot of folks, this concerns you. You might be worried that more people are glued to their televisions now, wondering what's going to happen. And you might be concerned that business is going to drop off. And I have to tell you, it's a valid concern. It might. I can tell you it probably will if we stand by idly and do nothing. So the time right now is to be proactive and to get ahead of this and to generate business more than ever. Okay, so now here's what we do. We teach them useful stuff, right? Look, you and I both know you're stuck at home. I'm stuck at home. Our customers are stuck at home. The fact of the matter is, they're not just watching the news. They're using this to try to find some guidance, to try to find some relief, and you can reach them. You can reach them on your computers, on their computers. You can reach them on their phones easier and for less money than ever, potentially in the history of online advertising. Therefore, and you probably want to give a little bit more content than that. If you would like to know how to do that, some best practices, register for a webinar, schedule a strategy session, buy a course, like whatever, you get it, right? So I think I've belabored it. I think you see the framework here. So I'm not going to go through a million different business types because we're having our dinner celebration in 29 minutes. And of all days to be late for dinner, this is not the one in this house. Okay, so I hope you have found this helpful. If you have, and I'm just going to run down here to the next one. If you have, then that's great. If you want to take a deeper dive on how to do this and really what to do in 2021 to build a personal brand, here, let me shift over. Let me get out of here and shift back to me. Hopefully I didn't blow the dang thing up and we're still on the air. I think we are. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Could be talking to dead air. Let's see. No, we got people on. All right. Maybe it was on. Who knows? Anyway, if you found this to be helpful, here's what I can do for you. Okay. Go to letslaunchyourbrand.com. I think that's the right domain. I keep wanting to say something else. I don't know. It's free. Go there and register. We will begin the live challenge. It's a 5-day live challenge. We will begin that on the 15th of January, and we'll go for 5 consecutive days. So it's just straight over the weekend. That's a Friday. We're going to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And we'll start every day. I think at 11 is when I've set the start time. I've got the details on the site, so you can see it there. Register there and join me. I think that our opportunity in 2021 is going to grow. I think it's going to get greater. Cool. I think we're good. Thanks, Craig. The URL is it's not on the screen. I keep thinking y'all can still see my screen. Sorry. It's letslaunchyourbrand.com. Should be in the title or something, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I don't see this problem resolving itself, which is on one hand bad. It's on all hands, it's bad. A lack of leadership in society is bad. People need to be led, and so I don't see Superman coming to straighten things out anytime soon. Therefore, it is up to us. And in my opinion, the entrepreneurs are the atlas of the world. We are the ones to, number one, provide jobs. Number two, to provide an innovation. You, the entrepreneur, you are the one that stays up late. You are the one that dedicates your life to innovation, to bring new products and services to the marketplace. You are the one that pays, if your business, especially if your business is successful, you're the one that pays more taxes. If it were not for entrepreneurs, we wouldn't have what we have. And you are one of them. And it's now time to contribute even more. So I don't want to say that, I don't want to position this as you've got another burden to carry, because in reality, this is a tremendous opportunity for all of us. If we go out and we lead and we do it genuinely and we just flood our respective marketplaces with goodwill, I don't know if we'll fix the problem, but we'll certainly help. And what could be better? And I also think that we will be rewarded, not just karmically, if that's a word, I think it is, but I think we'll be rewarded financially as well. So if you would like to work together to make 2021 the year of really growing your own personal brand through being as genuinely helpful to as many people as humanly possible, I would be delighted to share what I've learned along the way since 1999 of growing mine with you. That's letslaunchyourbrand.com. If you have $0, that is the price of admission. If you have more than $0, keep it in your pocket, because that's the price of admission. It's free. All right. So I hope you like it. I appreciate you joining me at this middle of the night. Good Lord, you can tell I'm getting old. It's 5:35 right now. Anyway, I'm out of it. It's it's time to go to dinner and join my family on this very special day. Take it easy.